Hi, I'm Zach. You're watching 91X Riffs and Gearheads, and I'm here with Brian Baker from Bad Religion at the Observatory in San Diego, and we're going to snoop around his gear a bit.
Let's have a look at my gear a bit.
Let's see what you got. So,
questions, comments?
You got a couple Marshall heads.
What we have here are a pair of Plexi reissues that are, I believe, from maybe the early 2000s. That have both have the Dookie mod, the Billie Joe mod, as it was or were.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, and strangely, one of these, I think it's this one is actually Billie
Number
Joe's.
One. Is it?
I borrowed it like 6 years ago.
And you haven't given it back?
I just lost track of time, and I kind of figured if he wanted it, he'd just call me up. I think he has more than one.
Hopefully. And it's here now, so if he wants to come grab it, he could.
You know where to find me.
Obviously, he doesn't want it very bad.
But yeah, these are amazing. And I actually, Billie's Guitar Tech Hans turned me on to these, and they're great.
Oh, killer.
Yeah.
What are you running them through?
These are just Mesa Boogie cabinets. I believe they would have vintage 30s in them, but I've never taken the backs off.
Yeah.
So that's my guess.
And then what have you got here?
Well, that is a tuner. This is my pedal board.
This is the extent of your pedal board.
Yeah.
You just run the gain from the amps and then...
Yeah. That's a little strobe, little Peterson strobe classic, I think it's called.
Yeah.
And it's just more accurate than the TU-12.
Yeah, if you want the accuracy, you got to go with the strobe, right? At least that's what I hear.
But, of course, I'm the only guy on stage with it, so it all doesn't matter now, does it? Because everyone's just making their own shit up.
Exactly. That's how it goes.
For me, I'm doing my part.
And what are these modeling heads?
These are Kempers. And that's a backup. This one goes to front of house. It has a direct line that Ronnie uses. And I have the Kemper going through either both cabinets and just the heads for show, or I have one of the Marshall heads going and one of the Kemper heads going. It really depends on the situation.
What are the Kempers modeling?
The Kempers are modeling my very first 800 that I bought new when I was in this band Junkyard.
Oh, killer.
And it's a JCM 800. I have at my house, and I just modeled my own amp and put it in here. So I've never used, there's no effects being used or any of the presets, or I've never, downloaded, the woman tone from Jimmy Page's, studio 1966 Yardbirds.
Oh, you can do that with those,
You can do anything. But I've done nothing with them because I only make one noise, and this is making the noise. So it's basically, these are just, they're my head at home.
So you've just always gone straight to the head, get the gain from the amp, and call it good. Not even no touch of reverb, nothing.
No. I mean, I had in other bands in the 80s. In the 80s, I had chorus and delay.
Yeah.
Because it was the 80s.
Yeah, exactly.
But in Bad Religion, I used to have a pedal board that just basically was for people to step on and jump off the stage, and it just it was a constant. I mean, really, that kind of why I got rid of the pedal board was because it was in the way of people on stage. Yeah. And also I figured out that my front of house guy, Ron, he's doing all the effects. Why am I doing that?
Oh, great. That's convenient.
The quality of the stuff he has at the desk is 1,000,000 times better than this, box I made with a 9-volt battery in it.
Yeah.
And he's just trying to, it's I don't need to play to the effect. So it works out. So I don't even know what he does because I can't really, I'm here and he's there. But YouTube videos show me that he's doing a good job.
And it just always sounds good to you, and that's really what you care about, right?
It's supposed to sound the same every night, and that's kind of cool. That's what I'm trying to do.
And you get consistency, especially with these. I hear.
That's where this came in. This Kemper thing is that this is in my in-ears. This whole thing started is that this was just something to listen to that would not change with humidity or mic placement. Or just God forbid voltage drops, rental gear. I mean, Bad Religion International Act. We got a lot of fly dates, and so you're rolling into Bogota, and you see your like weird Fender Sonic Twin that they've given you, and
Yeah.
you're like, yeah, maybe I'll just carry this thing in the overhead compartment
Because you can.
because you can, and that's how the whole thing. That's how I got into them, and it's just an awesome tool.
Super convenient.
Yeah, for sure.
Can we look at some guitars?
Yeah, I think we can.
Oh, cool.
I don't know if I can do it and hold a mic at the same time.
Here, let me take that for you.
I've got a couple in here. This is the.
I'll just be this. This is super annoying, but this is what we're.
Yeah,
this is the world we live in.
I can do that. This is the backup to the main guitar. It's a 1955 Les Paul Jr. And the amount of parts on it from 1955 are 0.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just the body?
It's pretty much just the body. When I bought this, yeah, this had just been like, at my price point with vintage guitars, you find what we call issues or player guitars. And
Sure.
This guitar had never been broken, but none of the components were original. This is a Seymour Duncan Custom P90. And this bridge is an awesome bridge made by a company in Nashville whose name completely escapes me, but I found it on Reverb, and it was like a guy. It's like I don't even remember the name of it.
It's just named after the guy who builds them.
No, I wish I could tell you, but I'm not.
I love that
I'm
it's
not compensated.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, right. I got you.
Yeah.
I got
But
you.
basically that, and I just play 48 to 11s, and that's.
Oh, cool.
That's the backup to this one. Hey, thanks, Gavin.
Hey, get us.
This is a 1955 Les Paul Jr., and the amount of original parts on this from 1955 is 0.
Again.
This has features a weird bridge from Nashville that I don't remember the name of, a Seymour Duncan Custom P90. And the guitars both sound great. This one sounds just a little bit better.
Do they both feel and play the same, though?
They feel and play the same, exactly. But I can tell this one's just got, I don't know, there's something about it. I mean, all guitars are different.
Yeah, absolutely.
And just whatever tree this was made out of was a little more resonant.
Yeah.
I would think. And with All Hell Breaks Loose, I have the backup, which is a Gibson R4 that I knew I finally made it because this was made at the custom shop for me.
Well, there
to my
you
specs.
go.
Yes.
There you
and
go.
I'm really stoked. It's just a Seymour Duncan Custom P90 again. And it is a... Basically, it's a one-off for the most part. I mean, now that I look at it, like there's a Joe Perry model that came out recently that looks a lot like this, but it has a tremolo, and I'm like, I really should have done this in like emerald green. Like, I fucked up because I just, I went with gold top. But this is a great guitar. If I didn't have these guitars, this would be the best guitar in the world.
Did you think you would be playing this more when you had it made, and you just went back to the
I was like,
juniors?
I need to have like, basically the idea was like, these are like 65 Mustangs, and I wanted like a 93 Fox body Mustang.
Yeah.
Like electric windows, air conditioning, but still the same idea. And that's kind of what this was supposed to be, and it's great. But I think it's just because it hasn't been on the earth for over 60 years.
True.
Being a guitar.
Yeah.
Like, and who knows how old is the wood on a guitar from 1955? I mean, my guess is it's not from 1955.
No, and a lot of those old guitars have decades old wood because they weren't mass producing them like they are now.
Exactly. I mean, no one really knows, but they're all great. I cherish them.
As well you should.
Yes. And that's that. You plug one of those with a cord into the heads and you play.
That's it.
That's
you just
it.
keep it simple, huh? It
Yeah,
doesn't really
I'll take
complicate
this
it.
back
Oh,
now.
cool, you can.
Yeah.
Right on. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. Also, make sure all your cases are yellow. Kids, your road cases need to be yellow. I found this out. They just sound better.
They do. Or say Demi Lovato on them.
That's not my case.
Oh, cool.
That's actually.
But you've commandeered it, I see. Quick to commandeer it with the Bad Religion
I don't
logo.
know who this used to belong to. I have no idea. It clearly says Bad Religion right there.
Right, exactly.
Kids, buy your cases used. They're really expensive to have them made. And for 30 years, we've been buying stuff like when the band gets, like some big band, like, okay, we finally made it. And then their management makes them spend $20,000 on cases. And then things don't go so well. And the cases are sold for $1,000.
Oh, that's right.
That's where we come in.
That's a great bit of advice
Case
from Brian
graveyard.
Baker.
Yes.
If your band's going on tour.
Yeah,
that's
buy
smart.
used cases.
Cool, Brian. Thank you. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thanks, Zach.
91X Riffs Gearheads.
91X.